Hello everyone and welcome to Photo Finds. I'm your host, Gavin Hatch. Now this week we're at Disney Springs because some of the construction walls over in the new town center area have actually come down so we can see what it looks like. So let's take a look at that, but before we do, let's look at some other stuff that's going on in Disney Springs. Now we parked in the orange parking structure. We always go to the very top because that gives you a great view of everything at Disney Springs. You can really see over the construction walls and see what it looks like. And over at Planet Hollywood, you can see that there hasn't been a lot of change to the outside of the building. But I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on the inside because I always see construction people going in and out of that area, especially the building. But around the bottom, the base of the building, though, there has been some change and they have put some new structures up. It looks like there's going to be a new check-in desk or check-in area and probably even a merchandise store outside of the observatory, as they're going to call it. So that has progressed there. And also a lot of progress at the Coca-Cola store. Now this is going to be really cool, and a lot of people compare it to the World of Coke experience that is in Atlanta, and I believe there's other locations, but this is not being branded as a World of Coke. It is going to be branded as just a Coca-Cola store. So you can even see some of the advertising and advertisements on the construction wall for it, and concept art looks really great. I'm very excited about the rooftop. Probably is going to be like a bar or just maybe a restaurant, and that looks really nice. Also from the top of the parking structure, this is where you get a great view of the future site of the bus pickup and drop-off area. Now, I'm just very surprised at how long it's taken the team to get this completed. It's not even open yet. As you can see, they still are putting landscaping stuff in, but the structures look like they're ready to go and the road is set, but it has taken a while just for that section, and it doesn't look like it would be something as complex to complete as other projects around Disney Springs that are already done. The photo opportunity over at the AMC Theaters is currently the live-action Jungle Book movie. Now, as I made my way over the bridge that will soon be demolished, that gets you into the landing area, I noticed that across from the STK Steak restaurant that is almost completed, you can see that they are finally starting real progress on the restaurant or business that's going to be across from that. I don't know what's going to be here. The concept art has been put up on the walls for quite some time, but there hasn't been a lot of construction, and now it's just the steel structure here that you can see, and I'm very excited to see what it's going to be. It looks like it's going to be a really big space, though. Now, Fulton's has shut down and is being re-themed and reopened as Paddlefish, and I'm not too crazy about the name, but we'll see. It might work. It's definitely in need of an enhancement. This restaurant was showing its age, and the concept art for Paddlefish looks to be a lot more modern. A modern look to it, open concept, and you can see it's still going to look like a boat, but you can probably see more inside, so it's more inviting. And just walking around the construction walls and along the lake there, you can just see how, it puts in perspective how old this was, and it was really showing its age and needed some attention. So this is good to see, and it will make it fit in with the rest of all the new Disney Springs stuff. Now, across from that, the construction walls that were covering up part of Town Center, which is going to be the last installment of Disney Springs that's opening up in the middle of May, has been removed. And you can now see the water, the spring water in the Town Center area, and this looks so nice. I'm really impressed by it. Now, I've said it in past episodes, you can see the buildings and structures over the construction walls for quite some time now, and I love that, but now it's nice to be able to see it with the water and just see a little bit more detail of what it's going to look like when it's all finished. You can see the bridge, which is really nice. It's not going to be the only way in and out of this area, so you don't have to worry about being on a crowded bridge, but it definitely looks nice and fits in very well. And I love that you can see on the water they have these lanterns that are just kind of floating there, and they were turned on in the evening, and it looks so nice. And it's just old Florida. It's really coming together, and it's just such a great theme and looks very well done, very detailed. Closer to the TRex restaurant, you can see this beautiful fountain. This is still covered up by the construction wall, though, so I got this over the construction wall, but this is a beautiful fountain. Now over by the Lego store, I was really surprised to see that they are going to be adding a new entrance to the World of Disney store. So there are going to be now 2 entrances in that big room where they have all the princess stuff, the princess themed room. That is going to have 2 entrances now. You can see when you're inside the store to your right, when you come in, over by the registers, there is a huge curtain draped down that's covering up the construction going on. So that's kind of cool. That used to always be like just a storefront and window display, and now it's going to be an entrance, and there are still the restrooms over in the back corner. As you can see here, the construction over at the BB Wolf Sausage Company kiosk is nearing completion. It looks like it's going to be opening up very soon, probably in the middle of May, and I cannot wait to try it out because, I mean, you can't go wrong with new food offerings. Now there's also another entrance into the store that's new. The World of Disney store now has an entrance over by the Basin store, and this is interesting because you go in this door here, and the big entrance that used to be down the way, the next one that you come to when you're walking through Disney Springs, that used to be entrance, and of course you could exit as well. Now it's an exit only, so you're going to enter through here and you'll exit the other doors, and I guess that's just to help with traffic flow through the store because it does get very crowded. And in this same area they are working on, it looks like to be a guest pickup and drop off area. This used to be where the taxis would sit and pick up and drop off guests. It might be the same thing when this is complete, or it might just be strictly for guests, or it just might be a roadway. But it does look very nice, and it's coming along, and again, it looks like it's going to be done before we know it. Now, something I was not aware of was the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique changing locations. So right now the Bibbidi Boppity Boutique at Disney Springs is located inside the World of Disney store, and I guess they are going to close that down and have this one open up over connected to the Once Upon a Toy store. So this was in the back where there used to be princess stuff, and then I believe it was video games as well. So this is going to be all Bibbidi Boppity Boutique, and they have a construction wall out quite a bit there from the store, so I'm not sure exactly what they're putting outside there, if they're just working on the concrete, but you can still get to the pedestrian walkway over the bridge, just walk around the wall. But this is, I haven't heard of an opening date for this yet. I didn't even know this was happening until I was walking around Disney Springs that day. Now yesterday we were driving around the Disney area, and we were driving down the road, we saw this huge, like, oversized truck, a flatbed carrying what, when you first look at it, it looks like pontoon boats, but closer look, you can see that these are from Fantasmic. So if you've seen the Fantasmic show, you know that the princess unit comes out, and they also have a Jungle Book scene where they come out on these boats and they just go across the water, and they're lit up and they have characters on them. This is what they use, and it was just so interesting seeing these out of the water and of course on the road, and they are huge, really huge up close, and it's just something that you see from time to time around the area because they have to get ride vehicles and different things from the parks into the parks, and so the road is the only way, but it's really interesting seeing it happening kind of during the day. This was at dusk, so maybe they were trying to get it here at nighttime when it was darker out, so it's not as noticeable, but these were being taken over to the Magic Kingdom area behind Magic Kingdom, and something you don't see every day. Now last week we were at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and my question to you for the week was, which attraction is in the Orlando area that's not at Disney Park that was supposed to open up with Disney's Animal Kingdom? And a lot of you got it correct, which I was, again, very surprised. Dueling Dragons, or Dragon Challenge as it's now known, was a roller coaster that was supposed to open up at Animal Kingdom and be part of the Beastly Kingdom section of the park that later was turned into Camp Mini Mickey, which is now going to be, of course, the World of Avatar. So Dragon Challenge was going to be in Animal Kingdom, and if you look at the logo, a lot of people know this, if you look at the logo, you can see all the different animals, including dinosaurs, that represent the different lands of the park, and you can see that there is a dragon on the logo of the park, but there's no dragons in the park, so that's kind of cool. I always notice that when you go into the parks. But that is pretty interesting how they can take rides from one park and then they can just, Disney can sell it to Universal and they can use it. And I'm not sure of exactly why that happened though, and why Disney decided not to bring that attraction to the park. It definitely would have added a big thrill element to that park that they didn't see until they added Everest. So, but hey, it works good in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. So here's my question for you this week. Now at Disney Springs, in the spring water, what material did they use to enhance the colors and really make it look like a natural body of spring water in the town center section? They used a certain material to really make it glisten and look really realistic. So if you know, comment below, and of course, I will mention you in next week's episode. Well, that will do it for this week's Photo Finds. I hope all of you have a fantastic day. Have a great week. Make sure that you subscribe to Attractions Magazine. And of course, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and get out, have fun, and enjoy those parks.